Hello, it's 9 p.m. in RTD. It's time to English New Edition for tonight headlines. So we have Menfop organized an outing this weekend in honor of the graduate of the School of Excellences. For the international scene, the meeting between Ouattara Gbagbo and Henri Konan Bédié. Welcome to our newsroom. The Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, was received today at the headquarters of the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP, by the Assistant Secretary General and Associate Administrator, Ms. Usha Rao Monari, and the Assistant Secretary General and Director of the Regional Bureau for Arab States, Ms. Khalida Burza, for a working meeting during which they discussed all the UNDP programs underway in Djibouti as well as cooperation prospects. At the outset, the Associate Administrators congratulated Djibouti on the success of its first VNR presentations and highlighted the inclusive and collaborative approach in the preparations of its report. In turn, the Minister praised the considerable role of the UN Coordination Office in Djibouti and thanked UNDP and all UN agencies in Djibouti for their technical and financial support for the success of this first VNR. The Minister underlined the important partnership between Djibouti and UNDP in the implementation of programs in Djibouti, particularly in the areas of environment, the relocations of justice. The ambassador of the Republic of Djibouti to Ethiopia and permanent representative to the African Union and the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa, UNICE, His Excellency Abdi Mahmoud Eibe, represent the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, at the 41 ordinary sessions of the Executive Council of the African Union, which is being held on 14-15 July 2022 in Lusaka, Republic of Zambia. During these sessions, the Executive Council, the Ministers of Foreign Affairs of the EU will consider a number of items on its agenda: the report of the Permanent Representative Committee, the report of the various specialized technical committees such as the STC on migrations, refugee and displaced persons, the report of the Conference of State Parties to the Treaty of the African Medicines Agency, AMA, on the hostings of the headquarters of the AMA, as well as the adoptions of the 2023 budget of the organization. The ambassador was accompanied on this trip by the first advisor, Musa Jama Ali. The ambassador and head of mission, His Excellency Adan Mohamed Dileita, was received this Thursday, July 14, at the commissions of the European Union by its president, Ms. Ursula von der Leyen, for the delivery of his letter of credence as the new head of missions of the Republic of Djibouti to the European Union. In the interview during the presentations of his credential, the new Ambassador, His Excellency Adam Mohamed Dileita, first relayed the greetings of the President of the Republic of Djibouti, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, addressed to the President of the European Commission, Ms. Ursula von der Leyen. The President of the Commission and the new Head of Missions, Adam Mohamed Dileita, have expressed their full and complete satisfaction on the partnership link between the Republic of Djibouti and European Union, extended to many areas of cooperation, both at the national level through periodic programming and at the regional level. The new head of mission, Adam Mohamed Dileita, also took advantage of this audience to express his willingness and determination to work towards strengthening the ties of friendship between the Republic of Djibouti and European Union. The Member of Parliament, Umma Mohammed Hamid, asked yesterday at the plenary sessions of the National Assembly about the efforts made in the Kushdo zone. Do you have enough training for our tax summary staff on this issue? And Kushdo zone can't harm human. And what are the results to be achieved? Another question is asked for the summer employment of young people and the systems that allows the creations of companies that go through. There is no other way to fully train and provide practical skills that allow them to easily integrate into the labor market. The Minister of Environment, Muhammad Abdul Qadir Musa Hilem, said that responded to the Member of Parliament that there was a scheduled presentation to approve this deal in the summer Kush zone. It allows us to think about the import and export of goods. 197 countries have made changes to this protocol that have pledged to reduce greenhouse gas emissions while technology is advancing and renewable energy is required. In response to the trainings, we have trained 600 people in the tax department as well as in the national police, gendarmerie, civil society, and employees of public and private organizations. The Minister of Education, Mustafa Mohammed Mahmoud, said that this project is for the development of work and the knowledge of the youth, and it is a collaboration between the Department of Professional Development of the Ministry and the agency of ANEFIP, which is aimed at the employment of young university students in the countries. They are also projecting to link the training and professional integration sector as well as the corporate sector in particular. It also allows for better coordinations and management of vocational training and integrated boards that present the jobs needed to employ our youth. Today we are in Arta on a two-day vacation with the measure of the first graduating class of the School of Excellence, a new generation of genius who proved worthy of the privilege and performance that the framework of this school has offered them. In this sense, we must remember that this year's educational families of the School of Excellence is marked by an astonishing and perfect scores of these 37 baccalaureate holders out of 37 candidates of the School of Excellence who were congratulated and rewarded by the President of the Republic for their efforts, their dedication and their perseverance, allowing them to outperform a good part of the baccalaureate holders of the Republic. Amply deserved these 2 days of vacations on Arta, a city known for its freshness. The young graduates were able to take full advantage of their stay and relaxed by engaging in many sport activities of their choice in the famous hotel called Sunny Hill Center. Moment of intense joy for our genius who undoubtedly savored every moment spent with their friend, but also with their devoted teachers. Let's remember that these 2 days of vacation is a recognition of the work done on a way to offer our genius a moment of relaxation so that these young bachelors can relax and unwind. We had been able to collect some series of reactions in different languages to the measure of the first promotions of the baccalaureate of the School of Excellence. Speak about the strong emotions that they manifested for these 2 days of vacations in Arta. They also spoke about the hard work they have done over the past 5 years to excel and pass their baccalaureate so that the other students could follow in their footsteps. They all said that they were delighted with the warm welcomes that the center's officials gave them. Above all, the Minister of Higher Education and Research, Dr. Nabil Mohammed Ahmed, received this Wednesday in his office a delegation from the Turkish Technical University, Yildiz, led by Mr. Hussein Yilmaz, head of the Maritime Faculty of the University. Also present was the President of the University of Djibouti, Dr. Jama' Mohammed Hassan. As part of the working visit, the delegation thanked the Minister of Higher Education and Research for the warm welcomes they received and for his availability. The discussions were important on the cooperation between the Republic of Djibouti and the Republic of Turkey, especially in the field of higher education and research. Among the main orientations, the discussion is focused on the trainings of specialist technicians on the spec.
Here and to see the current situation of the Djibouti and how can we make some collaboration between Turkey and Djibouti, especially on focusing on naval architecture and marine engineering, and maybe further another subject. We are thank you for our minister and our rector for your hospitality and for your warm welcoming.
For his part, the Minister of Higher Education and Research, Dr. Nabil Mohammed Ahmed, said that the Turkish Technical University Yildiz is a privileged partner, and he spoke of the various topics discussed the Republic of Djibouti and the Republic of Turkey, especially in the field of higher education and research. Among the main orientations, the discussion is focused on the training of specialist technicians on the aspects of development in the maritime sector, such as the engineering of the manufacturers of ships. Within the framework of the capacity building project on maritime safety at sea in the third phase, the Djiboutian Coast Guard organized a closing ceremony of the two training courses of on arrest techniques and boarding techniques, which benefited the members of the rapid intervention group of the Djiboutian Coast Guard. This ceremony, which was held on Thursday, July 14th at the Naval Training Centers of the Coast Guard located at Dorale Camp, was jointly chaired by Captain Mohammed Idris Ali, acting commanders of the Djiboutian Coast Guard, and the permanent representative of JICA in Djibouti, Mr. Kaneda Masayuki. In a short speech delivered on this occasion, the acting commanders of the Coast Guard, Mohammed Idris Ali, returned to the close ties of cooperation and collaboration between this institution and its Japanese partners, whether JICA or JAMS. He took this opportunity to express his gratitude and appreciation to the government and peoples of Japan for their constant support and unwavering faith in the work of Djibouti Coast Guard in the areas of security and maritime safety of the Bab el-Mandeb and the Gulf of Aden. The ceremony ended with the presentations of certificates to the participants who benefited from this training. The youth movement, One and Indivisible, organized this Thursday, July 14th at Sheraton Hotel, a capacity building workshop for youth on leadership techniques and mentoring and advocacy. The workshop brought together 70 participants from different communes and regions of the interior. This workshop aimed to strengthen the spirit of citizenship of young people and to build the capacity of youth in leadership, techniques, mentoring, and advocacy in order to sensitize them to strengthen their active role in the process of preserving peace. At the opening of the session, the president of the youth movement, One and Indivisible, Mr. Ahmed Mugola, explained that the youth is an essential and important human potential for the development and future of our country. The Day of Democracy and National Unity in Turkey was celebrated today at the Turkish Chancellery, chaired by the Turkish Ambassador, His Excellency Salim Levente Şahinkaya, 6 years after have passed since the failed of coup attempt of July 15, 2016, carried out by the FETÖ terrorist organizations against the Turkish government and the Turkish people. On that night, 241 people fell as martyrs and more than 2,000 people were injured. This day was declared by Turkey as the Day of Democracy and National Unity. It is in this sense that the Turkish ambassador organized a reception at the Chancellery, invited friends of Turkey and as associations, businessmen and civil society took part in this day. On this occasion of the annual commemorations day of the failed coup d'etat carried out by the members of the terrorist organization FETÖ, the Turkish ambassador paid tribute to the martyrs who fell defending their nations and their dignity and their democracy. According to the ambassador of Turkey's fight against these organizations continues around the world. In the countries, many advances have been made in the respect of the law toward it. He said, stressing that we must not weaken in this fight. For his part, the Turkish ambassador, His Excellency Salim Levente Şahinkaya, made a statement to the Djiboutian radio televisions reaffirming that the 6th important year have passed since the attempt coup of July 15th by the terrorist organization FETÖ. During the last 6 years, the fight against FETÖ, both inside and outside Turkey, has been one of the main concerns of the Turkish government, he said. For the international scene, Ivorian President Alassane Ouattara received on Thursday his two predecessors, Laurent Gbagbo and Henry Konan Bédié, meeting between the three men who had not been reunited since the serious post-elections crisis of 2010-2011, a sign of appeasing of the political climate. In a warm atmosphere, President Ouattara welcomed Mr. Gbagbo and Mr. Bédié, with whom he spoke for a little over an hour. Today's meeting was a meeting to renew contact and exchanges in truth on the major issues of the nations, according to a brief joint statement read by Laurent Gbagbo at the end of the meeting. The latter was chosen to read the text in his capacity as youngest since at 77 years. He is younger than Alassane Ouattara, 80 years, and Henry Konan Bédié, 88 years. The three men also hoped that this meeting would be a ferment of the decree of the national socio-political climate in Côte d'Ivoire. They did not communicate further on the holdings of their exchanges. The idea of a meeting between the three men was one of the recommendations of the political dialogue between the government and the opposition held earlier this year to calm the political climate in Côte d'Ivoire. The country has experienced several political crises in recent years involving these three men who have been in power for decades. This is the first time that the three men have been together since 2010-2011 crisis, acquitted by international justice. He returned to Abidjan in June 2021 and launched a new opposition party. This is it for the news. Thanks for watching us. Have a good evening.